you want to be a serious entrepreneur and you want to build a commercially profitable enterprise, you're going to have to build a team around you. And you want that team to be as profitable as possible. Over the last 20 years, I've literally employed thousands of people. Today, I've got over 1,200 staff. So I've learned a thing or two about building commercially profitable enterprise with profitable teams. You just can't do it all on your own. You've got to learn the art of delegation. But you want to delegate your stuff to people that are better than you. How do you find people better than you? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you my golden nuggets. Hopefully you'll be able to swipe and deploy them so that you can find profitable teams to help your entrepreneurial journey. One of the most common questions asked of me when I'm running all of these businesses, I mean literally hotels, dinosaur parks, ice cream factories, 10 coffee shops, indoor play centres, day nurseries, a business that makes teddy bears. They always say, James, how do you remember all this stuff? How do you run all these companies? Well, the answer is, I actually don't. I've built an amazing senior team around me that look after all of my other staff so that we can move forward. Now, in reality, most entrepreneurs really struggle. Some get it really right. They understand that they've got to delegate, but they don't want to delegate so much that they abdicate their position from the business. And others just find it hard to let go. They've control freaks over their business. So hopefully with the golden nuggets that I'm going to share with you right now, you can get over that. I promise you this as well. I get asked this stuff every single day across social media platforms. James, please help me. I'm having a bleeding nightmare with the staff. I'm just about meeting payroll. My staff don't really understand what we're trying to do here. See, the thing is, maybe it's you that needs to rethink your position, and all of that is coming up right now. So golden nugget number one is you have to kiss a few frogs to find your prince. Look, you don't marry the first guy or girl that you meet. Sometimes you date a little bit. And I think the same is when it comes to employment. I have made a tremendous amount of mistakes employing people into my business. We've been the wrong fit for them and they might have been the wrong fit for us. When it goes wrong, you don't want to just think, well, I'm never going to try again. You have to brush yourself off and go back into the marketplace, because here in the United Kingdom, for example, there's nearly 70 million people that live here, and ain't all of them are not useless. So you have to go out there and find the right ones, and it takes time. So when it goes wrong, don't think that everyone is useless. Just be better at finding the right people. How do we do that? Well, you've got to make sure you've got a really good job application that tells you exactly what you're looking for in the marketplace. So many business owners just look for copy versions of themselves, and really what you want to do is buy in your weaknesses rather than just someone that has the same skill sets as you. Golden nugget number one is, if you find the wrong person, they're not the right person for you. Don't think that everyone else is like that. You have to kiss a few frogs to find your prince. Golden nugget number two is, great people want to work for great people. If you're building a business and you want to attract the very best want to work for the very best. And I've worked with loads of entrepreneurs and business owners, and the ones that get the best people are the ones that upskill themselves. You've got to work harder on yourself than you do your business to get the best results. And I see this in my teams actually. If I find an average manager, I see an average team. If I find a good manager, that same team become good. If I find a great manager and parachute them in, all of a sudden the team become great. You remember this from school with teachers. You could get the same set of kids and you move them around the school with different teachers, all getting different results because of the power of the teacher. I like to just give you an example here. You go to university and you learn to become an accountant. You leave university and you start earning an accountant's wage. But if you want to be in the top echelon of accountants, you've got to upskill yourself in your own time. Maybe you need to learn marketing, business negotiation, and all these skills will make you really valuable in the marketplace. And all the other accountants will end up wanting to work with you or learning from you. All the best clients want to work with you. And the same is for people. I always think about this, like Walt Disney back in the day. He was the best animator, and all the best animators and artists in the world at that time wanted to work for Walt Disney because he was great. So the greater you become, the greater your chance of employing the best people in your business. Golden nugget number three is, share the good, the bad, and the ugly. So many business owners keep the numbers or the profit or the loss that the business is making close to their chest. One of the best things that small business can learn from big business, and I'm talking massive corporate FTSE 100 businesses here, is everyone that works for a big business knows the numbers around the business. They get access to a profit and loss. They get access to the good news that's coming in the future, and they also get access to really bad news. People are scared about sharing this with their team because they may be thinking, wow, the owner's making so much profit, what about me? But actually, I find that people are much more intelligent than that. They know if you're making profits and you're growing the business, the profits are going into growing the business or ensuring the business in case there's a rainy day in the future. And so I think if you really want to keep good people and attract good people, you must share the numbers and also good news, bad news, and anything in between. People love communication. It makes them feel part of the tribe. So communicate with your team, not just on the fluffy stuff, but the real stuff, like a family would do, like a group of friends would do. This will bring people closer to you, and it would help you explode the growth of your business. Golden nugget number 4 is educate to motivate. If you really want to motivate a team, you've got to educate them. You've got to give them more skill sets and more learning. I don't just mean sending them on a digital course. I actually mean show them stuff. Maybe you've discovered a really good book that you've read and you give them that book. Maybe you're going to take them to other businesses to see what they're doing really well. Some of the best conversations that I've had with my team is educating them on car journeys and plane journeys, even taking them to seminars or showing them stuff that they don't quite know yet. The more they're educated, the more they're motivated to be part of your team. What you don't want to do with really good team members is make them repeat the same school year. Imagine you're in school and you're doing year 7 after year, after year, after year, without learning anything else. You want to progress people through the years and keep on educating them. That's the fastest way to motivate them. Golden nugget number 5 is to challenge your team. Great people need to be challenged. Otherwise, they start coasting. My experience is you get good people into a position, if they're doing the same thing for a couple of years, they just get naff. You need to give them more challenges to keep them moving forward. That's how human beings work. Why would anyone want to run a marathon or climb Mount Everest? That challenge keeps people going. They want to find out a way of solving the challenge. And that can be very powerful in a commercially profitable enterprise. So if you've got good people and they've been around you for a few years, give them more challenges and you might be just shocked by the results. Golden nugget number 6 is progress. Progress is absolutely key for a team. Human beings love being on winning teams. They love watching winning teams. That's what sport and football has relied on for so many years. No one wants to be on a losing team. But you don't have to be winning every single day, but you do have to offer some form of progress to keep people in the game. Share the progress that you're making. Make it obvious. Make it cultural within the organization. I've been doing this for years, telling little stories of how we've progressed from where we was 5 years ago, where we was 10 years ago to where we are now, and how you have been instrumental in that progress. Thank your people for being part of the progress. Share the wins, share the progress, and you'll grow the business. Golden nugget number 7 is purpose. And I appreciate that some industries are harder to have purpose than others, but if you can get purpose into your business, teams just flipping love it. Human beings flipping love it. Imagine you're working in education. It's why I love our day nursery sector. The team that work for us and see kids go from not being able to write their name to write their name, counting from 1 to 10, or learning brand new social skills, or getting positive behavior patterns. That can be really rewarding for teams. That's why I love making these videos. I'm literally so proud of the stuff that we're making to help business owners. That gives us a purpose. We really feel like, me and my team, that we're helping grow our entrepreneurship economy in this country and around the world, and sharing valuable stuff that helps people. I'll go one step further than that, because I actually turned this script for this video into a letter, which I reveal in a weekly blog. And you can sign up for the letter. It's called the James Sinclair letter. And I just put my musings, my thoughts, each and every single week. Comes out 7 o'clock every Monday morning to help grow your business. It's completely free to get access to the letter. And I go over so many different facets of entrepreneurship. If you would like to get access to that letter, there's a link in the video description, or you can sign up for it for free on my website, jamessinclair.net. Golden nugget number 8 is people. People are at the core of all of this. No one wants to work for a mood hoover, a toxic person, or be surrounded by mood hoovers and toxic people. You know, if you're a great leader, that is going to infect the rest of the team in the best positive way. We don't want to infect teams with toxicity. I think it's really important that if you're building teams and you've got a great team and then you bring an outsider into the team, if that person is negative, they want to change the world and destroy your culture, it's your job to get them out as soon as possible. There's a couple of things that I've learned over my years of being an entrepreneur and employing so many people is this: if you can't change the people, change the people. You know, do give people a chance to change, but if they're not the right fit for you, they've got to go. And I love this little phrase that I've always used, which is hire slow and fire fast. Slowly choose your people that are going to be the leaders and the managers within your business. Because, you know, when you've got a business, you've got technicians, you've got managers, you've got senior managers, you've got directors, and you've got the shareholders and owners of the business. The people at the bottom, the technicians in your business, are really cultivated and made who they are by the management, the middle management, and the senior management. And this video has always been about getting really good managers that can help you run the business. Because you're the entrepreneur, you should be growing the business, not operating the business. Think of yourself as, you know, a film set. You're the producer. You need a great director. You need great editors. And the actors are brilliant if the director's the best possible director. And so the best actors want to work for the best directors. You just got to be great, guys. And sometimes you get a real pain in the arse actor that just annoys all the other actors and you don't get the best performance. And so if you do get someone bad in your business, the biggest thing I've learned is you've got to pull that plaster off as soon as you possibly can. And if you're a bit compassionate about me, you'll be too, a bit compassionate like me, you'll be too slow to make those decisions. I always remember this. One of my early accountants, before they retired, told me this. They said, James, if you've got someone working for you, you don't really want them to be there. You've made the decision that they shouldn't be in the organisation. But too many of my clients and too many entrepreneurs take too long to pull that plaster off, too long to make that decision. And once they've gone, everyone's so relieved and the team feel just fantastic and they start moving on. Your job as an entrepreneur, as the leader of people, is to make sure we remove the bad apples as quickly as possible. I've got a couple more lessons that I've learned over the years that I want to share with you, and I think they'll serve you well too. Wherever possible, try and promote within. When you promote within, it sends a cultural ripple around the rest of the team that if you stick around here, there is massive chances of promotion. And make sure that you tell that as stories within your business. I love telling the story of Katie, who started a party host for me and is now the managing director of my childcare business, or Janky, that started out just working Saturdays and is now my group commercial director, or Aaron, that helped me run the managing of the party business that we had in the early days and is now my group managing director. Leah, that worked for me part-time and is now my finance director. I love telling these stories and publicly telling them because I want my team to know that if you're happy and hardworking, there is a chance to go far within our organisation. On that point, that is the basis of anything when employing people for a good culture in our business. We want happy and hardworking people. Always recruit on attitude over skill set. Because if you've got a hardworking person that's got the right attitude, you should then spend the time to upskill them. I'm thinking about Leah, really. She came to me. She was a qualified accountant. We bought a business and she was in post there. She's worked with me for the last 18 months and we've been doing acquisitions and buying stuff. And she's learned all these new skill sets that's giving her more superhero power skill sets to help us as a business. She's no longer just an accountant. She's a flipping finance director. And in the next 5-10 years could be the most powerful CFO within entrepreneurship in this country. Just because I've been trying to upskill her, teach her about raising finance, I've introduced her to bank managers. These are all the things that you can do to educate people. Don't think that education is just sending someone to a course. It's actually spending time with them, showing them the stuff that you've learned along the way. This 2-year rule thing that I spoke about earlier, I find that Good people need to constantly be challenged, and you just don't want people doing the same year at school on repeat. And that's what happens to so many people in careers. Every year they're doing the same stuff on repeat. They start getting bored, they start coasting, and they start just giving half the amount of effort. If you think about education, this is what you do in year 1, this is what you do in year 2, this is what you do in year 3. You're growing through progress. That's what you've got to offer your teams. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and a business owner, and you do have to recruit people from outside your business, which I've had to do many times, try and use my process called the 4 interview process. I find entrepreneurs, they're busy people. They just want to get problems solved and move on to the next fire that they need to put out. That's why sometimes they panic employ. And we've got to hire slow and fire fast. And one of the best ways of hiring slow, and a little trick that I've done, is this 4 interview process. If you want to get a new finance director into your business, do a group interview. Get a recruitment company to find you 10 candidates. Get all the 10 candidates in the room, and you stand up and do a presentation to them about your business. This is our revenues. This is our profitability. This is our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is what I'm good at, and this is what I'm terrible at. And these are the holes in the buckets that I need repaired. I need one of you guys to help me take my business to the next level. So you're doing a presentation to them on where your business is at. Now they really fully understand whether they really like the look of you or they don't like the look of you. In essence, you're going through a deselection process rather than a selection process, both ways. They're listening to your pitch about where your business is going and where you want to take it, and they're deciding, do I want to work for this crazy entrepreneur, or do I want to go into a more steady Eddie corporate role? And so they can deselect if they want to work for you, or select if they want to work for you, just like you're doing. Group interview is done. You now go on to interview 2, which is a one-to-one interview, where you're interviewing the candidates after they've been to the group interview. They now really know what you want as a business owner, and you can do that one-to-one interview. And always have someone from your team sitting there with you. Group interview is done, one-to-one interview is done. Now what's interview number 3? Well, this is now someone else one-to-one interviewing, but not you. Maybe another business owner, maybe a senior accountant that you trust, that asks all the questions, but you listen in. And there's been many a times when I've done this process, I was really sure on a candidate after my one-to-one interview, but seeing someone else ask the questions has changed my mind. I've seen a different side to them. But say that interview does go really well and you still like the candidate, you've gone through those 3 interviews: group interview, one-to-one interview, second one-to-one interview, and the 4th interview is a presentation from them to you on how they're going to do their job, how they're going to fulfill the desires and dreams that you have as a business owner. Now, obviously, all of these points that I've discussed, certainly in the end of the video, are for the senior people within your business, the managers that you're going to delegate key tasks to help grow your business. That's how I've done it for the last 20 years. It's served me really well. I really wish on you that you can build a great team. You know, out of everything I've got in my life, my senior people, my Aarons, my Jankeys, my accounts team, my PA, Tracy Chuds, who makes all my videos, I feel that I'm so blessed and lucky to work with these people each and every single day. You spend a lot of time with the people that you work with, and if you don't enjoy working with them and they don't motivate you to want to do more, you're missing out on a big chunk of your life. So go and build that fantastic team, and then you'll have the most fantastic life. Yeah, profitability is needed, but if you're working with people that really inspire you, you've won all the lotteries, my friends. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit me in the comments. What other golden nuggets have you got that have worked for your business? I'd love to read them. I love reading the comments. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.